All right, so in order to send enough silicon, what we're going to do is we are going to block all of the outputs that take the silicon in places that don't go to the exit, basically. So I'm essentially going to starve my entire system, with the exception of this machine. I'm going to starve my entire system here of silicon. That means we're shutting down microchip production temporarily to feed all of this stuff to essentially up top so we can send it. Okay, so that's how we're going to do that. And then which means we won't be going through very many rare earth metals. That's fine, because we'll be sending them this direction, and it'll feed over into this system, which I just built this new machine. So we're ready to go here with another assembler for the duralumin plate. I had blocked rare earths previously so I could really ramp up microchips, but now I've shifted it now to where we're really focusing on this stuff here, and we're going to make more duralumin at this point. I don't exactly know whether or not we're going to need to deliver a lot of that stuff to the lazier, yes. It's such a bad talking day. Do you ever have those? I mean, it sucks when you're a content creator and you have a bad talking day, but it's like sometimes, you know, maybe you're a student, or maybe you have to talk in meetings or something, and everybody just no food. Everybody's like, I'm starving. There's food. There is food. You can eat it. It's there. It's all there. Just eat the food. Anyway, there's a contract here too. I'm not sending any of that stuff. I just happen to have a contract for the exact materials I'm sending for the laser right now. So no, pass. So in any case, we're going to send that stuff. I didn't set the expedition. So it's going to be Cyclops that does it. We'll send Cyclops, and we're going to tell you to fill. I'm going to hold off on the titanium plate for now, and we're going to feed you silicon and components. And then I need to ramp up that, but we're going to have you do this first. Yeah, that's your mission right now. And then we'll have that sent. And hopefully by the time that truck gets here, we'll have over 1,000 silicon. At least I hope so. What is going on here? How did this...
Research complete.
Oh, you're actually full? Terminals? Whoa. Terminals is full. Did not see that coming. You know, the good thing about terminals being full is we can set up production that uses terminals as an input. You know, like, let's do that. Let's make those CPU cores. You know, high-tech factory could do that. I don't know where. That's the thing. Like, the resource is coming from a variety of different directions, but what I'm considering is, I mean, if the duralumin plate is currently routed this way, and that takes it out, right? So it's already routed to this point. So we could deviate and keep it going. Maybe bring it over here like that. And then the microprocessors are being built here. But again, we're not making very many of them. So it's expanding production somewhere else maybe. But it's already routed to here. So basically 2 of the 3 resources we needed are already routed to this point. And the duralumin plate and the microprocessors. Yeah, so the modular terminals are made over here, and that is routed to the other point. We could, because of that, is what I'm thinking, we could make them up top. Because everything's already routed to the surface. So we could make them up top. What if it lets me do it? I don't know if it'll let me do that. High-tech factory, it can be built up here. So since it can be built up here anyway, what we could do is pull it from this port right here. And we could say, hey, how about we make these CPU things like right over here in this side? Like we could make this like right here. You know? I don't know where, like what each resource does, but if I try this, we say control units. We don't need to make these in high volume, okay? This is a low volume thing. And I can get away with a very cheap production line by just leveraging what I already have. I like that idea. So I could take, for example, this and just say, okay, how about a tier 2 belt, maybe, comes out this side, right? And then it gets split in 3 directions, all right? And we say one direction goes this way, one direction goes this way, and one direction goes this way. Which resource goes, we'll filter it with the splitter. And if it gets backed up to where I can't send anymore, then all the resources go to storage instead. That's something we could try, you know? So if I take this and I say, hey, why don't you take the duralumin plate, the modular terminals, and the microprocessors and send them this direction instead, right? Send them that way instead, right? And then on this side, we'll just get split, you know, based on which resource goes where. But for now, we'll just block the outputs because I don't know which one goes where until it's built. And then for storages, we loop this back onto this belt, which feeds it into the system and drops it off right here. So when we make it, we just have it go, ooh, actually, good point. Good point. Since it's already going that way anyway. Again, it's a low volume production. It doesn't have to be super big deal here. We can bring it out a little bit more, like maybe right here instead. Yeah. And then bring this out just a little bit more this way. We'll say like this. I kind of want to give the option. I don't think there's a reason for it, but the option to make another one of these right next to it. I don't think that'll ever be necessary. It's just the volume is too low on this thing. But I mean, we could sell them. You know, it's still possible to sell them. Take a look at it. If it ends up being something I want to pursue more, then we can just rebuild it. But we'll go ahead and do that. For now, we'll block the exits. We still have that set. Yep, that's still there. And then now this side just drops in right there. Yeah, that works for me. Cool. So that sets us up with a high-tech factory that's going to make the control units. Okay, that will leverage our existing supply. That said, modular terminals is something I'm just full on. So let's get a contract that actually sells them right now. Control center update, very nice, isn't it? Look at that, 664,000 for delivering 97 of these suckers. I mean, that's pretty damn good. So we're gonna go ahead and do that instead. I can fill the order in cargo. Oh wow, I need a bigger one. All right, good. I can do it with one. So we'll just do that, and then we're gonna go back over to additional contracts because there are more. I'm already fulfilling this one really quick. That's 14. It was kind of a nothing burger, but there are a lot here. Another 200,000 here with some science and a bonus 15 days delivery. We can do that too. Go ahead and send that as well. I can do that in a standard orbiter. There we go. And so we just let this open, let all those flow right out. And I mean, that's got to be, yeah, that's got to be enough right there. So we'll just block that exit now. So all these things are getting loaded up. No big deal. Oh, the freaking... All right, hang on. The drones are doing the thing again. Don't do that. Yeah, there we go. So, like, whole bunch of money coming in from those two contracts. There we go. And then, I mean, modular terminals are incredibly profitable. Like, they're very valuable. You can sell them for a lot of money. I could just go to the actual market and sell them on the market too, but I'm trying not to do that because you get a lot more for contracts like this. 346,000 for 6 days here, just for delivering 55 of them. So that's really great. We can do that. Send that as well. Yeah. So we'll just do that and make a ton of money. And that's just really, really nice. Let's go ahead and block that again. So now we're going to be rich. That one's lifting off now too, yeah? Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of money. Really, really quick. MDR efficiency upgrade is done. And we could start by getting another one. Extracted regolith by 25%. So I think I want to pop that on there too. Mining area also interesting. Improved tracked base increases the area for simultaneous extraction by the mobile bore unit by 50%. So it has access to more stuff, I guess, right? Yeah, I like that a lot. We'll get the CPU data center. We'll keep that up there. I want to get the refrigerator cabinet too. We'll keep that up there. And then we'll just focus on MDR. You know, that's the big thing right now. If the truck comes back for the laser contract, it's almost here, right? I think that's you. Cyclops, yep. So Cyclops is going to want... We're going to want to send silicon that way. And we have 580 of it in here. 600 now. I mean, we're filling it up pretty good. We are seeing bots take it out of there as well, just because of maintenance. But now we're going to want to fill this. So I can't even start filling this until the freaking truck gets there and requests it. So we'll unblock this now. By the time it gets there, the truck should be in. And now we're waiting for silicon. There it is. Waiting for silicon and components. 205 components to be precise. So we'll just go ahead and let 200-ish components out of here. It's going slow because it's sharing the belt with the other thing, right? I think that's probably good. And then it'll all just flow into here, and then we have to, of course, just keep track of silicon and just make as much silicon as possible, which is what we're doing over here. It all gets redirected this way. Every once in a while, one of them will come in here, but it's not really. It's all getting pushed to this belt underneath and then out this side, as it should be. All right, so this machine is set up now. We can see which inputs go where. So modular terminals go into the right, microprocessors go into the left. So we're just going to say, oh, wow, it just sets it up for me. I don't even have to think about it. That's cool. Thanks for doing that. So everything will just kind of flow in the direction it's supposed to go now. And it looks like only the terminals. Wow. Okay. Well, only the terminals are going out this way for now. But again, we should have higher priority for these three things going this direction. So we're going to want, I think, low priority here just to really make sure. So any of those resources head this direction. If they're coming around, that's fine. But we want to release some of them to get this going. So microprocessors and duralumin plate. So what we'll do is we're just going to release a few of them. Right there. Microprocessors are over here. We'll just release some of them onto the main belt system right now, just to kind of get that production started. There we go. And it'll work its way around, and when it gets back here, then it will be divided up. And like now we have these long sort of buffer belts, if you will, that just kind of let this build up a supply of its own little storage. You know, 16 of them, 32 of them. 16 is not much, but it's something. There we go. And 69,000 more. So you have 2 million credits now. Ooh. I'm not very pessimistic anymore. It's hard to be pessimistic when you got 2 million. I think I want to get this laser going. I don't want to delay this anymore. I'm going to buy the silicon. It's super cheap, right? 79 per ton. So I can get 600 units of silicon right here. We can drop that down. I might as well just go a big one here. Let's just buy a whole lot. 1,800 silicon. It's going to cost me 148,000. Let's just do that. We'll just buy a whole lot of silicon, and we'll just drop it down, and it'll land, and then we'll just pop it into here, and no big deal. I was kind of hoping maybe it would land on one of these and just come out the output belts, but I don't know if it'll do that. I don't think it'll do that. All right, there we go. So all three resources are now being sent this way, and this machine is going to start producing, there it goes, our control units, which keeps me very good for power well into the future, because I'll be able to now just make my own here without having to buy the control units, which is nice. So we can maybe say power. Let's go here with it. I can put a little gap here. I think it would look better to have a gap, just because it's like the trucks and stuff. So I'm gonna put a gap, like 1, 2, 3, 4 more solar. Can't afford it with CPU yet, but so actually, you know what? If it's a CPU thing, give me a second. Let's hook this up right here. If it's a CPU, then I should be able to build this now. Yeah, there we go. And look at that. They need control units. Of course they do. Of course they do. So we'll construct a little drone for ourselves as well. That's good. I just don't know if that's worth it, though. I mean, think about it. You're going to put all of these resources. Look, 2 composites, 2 nanotubes, 1 modular terminal, 1 control unit, 1 microprocessor. I mean, if you look at market prices and we add those up, I bet it costs more than the drone does. I mean, maybe not right now because the price is super inflated now, but there's like certain times in the history, right? I've bought this for under 40K. I know I've bought this for under 40K. I bought it right here, you know? But like around 40,000, right? But the control unit all by itself is 16.6, and that's on the low end. But the price has dropped recently, right? Microprocessors are another 3. Composites are 6.5 a piece. I need 2 of those for the drone, right? Modular terminals, they're 6.2 right now, an inflated price, but 6.2 right now. I don't really think we're saving much here, you know? I think it's not really all that. I don't really think it matters. If you time the market right on the purchase of these drones, it's just better to buy them, I think. Because the value of the stuff that you're paying is just, it's too high. The cost is too high. This is all I'm saying. All right, so silicon's going to drop right here. I'm just going to land it right here. I wish it would land on the pads, but it's not going to. Unless I tell it to. Can I tell it to? Oh, come on. That would have been better. Fine, we'll put it right here, right next to this thing. 1,800 units of silicon coming down. In a big ship. There we go. I mean, I have the money. Let's just do it. And if I do that, then I don't need to block this anymore. So let's go back over and allow this to continue once more. There we go. Unlock that. Let it all go. We'll have, yeah, the prioritization thing. I think maybe we could just go back to equal here. We don't really need that many in storage. Honestly, we could go low here, actually. Let's go low on that transfer. Yeah, I like that better. So now we're going to have more of it dedicated to the microcircuits at this point. Yeah. And then maybe we send some to this buffer. We probably do need more nanotubes. I think more than the microcircuits at this point. So I think temporarily I'm going to put a higher priority on the nanotubes. Send it that direction instead. So we'll have lower priority here, and more of them will go that direction for now. I have to make sure that's a temporary thing though, because like I really do need microcircuits. Yeah, look at that. As fast as you can, guys. Get it in there. Carbon fiber, it's a decent rate, but I don't need the money, and I definitely need the carbon fiber, so I'm going to pass. I don't need money at the moment. We're good. And then, yeah, it's making control. These guys are working up here, too. That's interesting. Asteroid Totatus is getting closer to Earth every day. No pressure, sure. Thanks for the support. Now the drones will start loading materials faster. I mean, we can take a closer look and predict its behavior. The science department will soon be able to calculate the optimal time and location for laser impact. Sure, that doesn't mean anything to me, though. I'm just gonna keep doing as fast as I can. I'm gonna keep getting the resources for the laser. And I don't know what the next step is, but I got a feeling that I should be doing better with modular terminals because I do not have enough titanium. Titanium is a problem. It's a pretty major problem, actually. I definitely need to have more of it coming in. It's just not fast enough. So another source of titanium is needed, and maybe with MDR being a little more efficient now, we do have more titanium coming through there in the trucks. More titanium would be coming in. But maybe I move MDR to prioritize titanium. Maybe. Because I'm out of it. You know, I don't have any more down here as far as I can tell. I'm already hooked up to as much as I can get. And this is not great. I have one of these upgraded. I could probably afford to upgrade the other one, I guess, just to kick it out a little faster, but it's not going to really come in faster unless I upgrade the belt too. Which I get all that money refunded later anyway, right? Maybe that's worth it. Maybe just do it. It's probably worth it. So we'll let this tier 2 belt now bring all this stuff over. These are all upgraded. Yeah, it's not a fully saturated belt anyway, so that's probably a waste of money, but it's fine. I get it all refunded back to me when I tear it down. The important thing is titanium is getting in there. It's just slow. But this is all definitely faster now than it was before. I'm thinking maybe for the middle ones, the middle 5, I want to get that higher tier. So that means going here. I need the tech center belt, which is currently... Isn't that done? Didn't I just do that? Tech center. Yeah, that's done. I just need to build it now. Okay, let's build the tech center then. We're going to science and CPU. Nope. Recreation? It can't be that. Life support. I thought it'd be logistics. Yeah, right here. The underground tech center. Oh, it's an underground. Allows storage, repair, and upgrade of light vehicles. Hey, it says underground. Well, it's above ground now. I'm gonna put it over here. This seems fine. Can shift it over right here. It's not in the way of any belts. It won't be in the way of belts in the future. Right? This is an output belt, so it would go into an input belt. Maybe if I had another one, it would be over here in this area. So the belt could still wrap around this. It's not going to be in the way. So maybe I would go maybe like right here with it. And then it needs connected to power too. Didn't think of that before I placed it, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. We'll still make it fit. There we go. Tech center. That's going to get built too. All right, so we're going to get this titanium deposit here hooked up because I need a lot more titanium. So let's bring this as far over as we can, like near the wall. That way it gives me space for this other one here. Let me see. So extractor's here. This is going to give me aluminum. And it looks like maybe this is a single deposit as well. I think so. Can only fit one here, I think. Yeah, only gonna fit one here. So we're gonna put this as far over as we can. About there is fine. And then this is gonna come up right to there, and then all the way this direction. It needs to fit into this one here. Yeah. So I guess we'll just go like that. Now we're gonna need to do some belt upgrades here. This still has 31,000 units left on this deposit here. This is for iron, so you need to do some belt upgrades if I want to get this to actually go in where it needs to go. So this whole thing gets upgraded too. Let's go. We'll go tier 2 for now. I don't know if that might need upgraded to tier 3. Honestly, I think we'll go 3 on this one because there's other extractors right here. So we'll go 3 here all the way up to there. Yep, and then. Because that's feeding into this belt here too. Yep, this one's going to need to be a 2. This one's going to need to be a 2. This one's going to need to be at least a 2. Upgrade these. I might need a 3 here. Let's go 3 there in that little bit. And then this one is already a 2. So that should be good to go. And then we'll need to get power out this way, of course. So let's bring this all the way out. I'll route power here to get all these extractors hooked up. This is still only 2 titanium, which is, it's good, it's fine, but it's still only 2 of them. And you know, we're gonna run out of titanium here pretty soon as well. There's only 1900 units there, so I got to do something else to get more titanium for like a more long term. And I'm thinking it's probably just moving MDR. I think that's just how I got to do it. So if I was to go around here and try to find a better place, this is more rich, more concentrated, I guess, with titanium. I can get a little bit more iron here too, give it more silicon. I don't get as much rare though. I really would love to find a place where there's a good, like a really solid supply of titanium, iron, and rare earths all at the same time at the same spot, which would be great. This is not great. This one is okay. This is okay. Might be able to make this work. There's no aluminum, but I did get an extra source of aluminum just now, so maybe this is okay. If I can tweak this, yeah, maybe maybe we can see what's up over here. I don't particularly like that one anyway. I'm going to see if I can find a better spot, and then I'm going to have to move MDR. Hopefully closer, right? That's the idea, is moving it closer. This is like super aluminum everywhere, but I don't need that. I need super titanium everywhere right now. This one's okay. This is okay. I kind of like this. Yeah, this is closer too. So we can get a higher concentration of that. It's just we forsake all of the other stuff. Like all the other things are just not here. Okay, so I hooked up the titanium that we know of anyway. It's going to start pumping it out here right now. There's 26,000 units of it. It's not a lot, but I'm going to go ahead and upgrade them both so I can get as much of it as I can. Hopefully that will saturate this belt. And then this will add to it. And if it doesn't fully saturate, then it'll definitely saturate at this point. And then it will rock all the way down here. When it finally joins up with this belt, it becomes tier 2. And then when it gets to this one, and then it becomes tier 3. And yeah, it does its thing. So we're going to have more titanium hooked up in the system. We're going to get there. It's just not quite there yet. Large CPU data center is done. I went ahead and prompted the MDR upgrade for the mining area to be done. And I think I'll probably go in and massive number of probes and marking an area for scanning and outpost construction, thereby increasing the maximum potential helium-3 mining area. Not quite to that. Yeah, not quite to that yet. Outpost fuel generator, maybe. Optimization, maybe. Fuel factory upgrades. Fuel generator upgrades. I don't think I need any of these things, really. Yeah, I don't need any more of these little upgrades. So let's just go with maybe increasing the mining speed. We're going to... If I move it closer, which I haven't done yet, but if I move it closer... I actually just moved it slightly further away. Just now. Because this spot actually has... a bit more iron, a bit more. So there's a chance to get some more iron from this one. All right, so I got all the titanium hooked up. At least all the sources that I know of anyway. I got these things upgraded, at least that one little pip. There's not much in this deposit, only 26,500 units. I know that may sound like a lot, but that's going to get used up pretty quickly with 2 extractors on there. It does feed down into here, pretty much fully saturates this belt with a little bit of a gap, and then this one would... presumably this would fill that gap all the way at that point. It's kind of still a little bit fresh here with it coming online. At this point, though, it then switches to tier 2 and then goes down tier 3, etc., and gets into there. It's fine. Real quick, let me just pause it. I got a couple of rovers idle, and I want to see why. So we found that. We know where that is. Let's go ahead and get to the other one. Where? All right, what are you looking for? Right on top of it. Destroyed convoy. Interesting. Kind of want to see what that's all about now, so we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah, maybe scan the area. Missing convoy right there, right? So this is probably it for the control center here, the control tower here.
The convoy was transporting several tanks of liquefied fuel and a couple containers with various spare parts and electronic equipment. It seems that the vehicles were seriously damaged and buried under collapsed rock. You can immediately send a cargo truck to collect the easily accessible cargo, or you can try to break up the rubble with a rover. It will be necessary to send drones to excavate most of the cargo, but the operation to retrieve it might be risky.
That's fine. We're going to go ahead and send the drones to do it. That's cool. No problem.
Drones will easily dismantle the scrap metal into useful components. The only thing left to do is assign an expedition so they can do the job.
Yeah, I know. Let's go ahead really quick and see if there's anything else in the area. No. Okay, so I think I'm going to just move this rover a little bit out of the way. And then I'm just going to hit it. Honestly, we'll just hit it now. We'll just put it in research mode right now. It's fine. It looks like it's pretty good, actually. Good scientific potential there. That's nice. Okay, good. Where are we at on the other one? Yeah, where do you got? Right on top of it, a fuel plant. Let's go ahead and investigate that. And... yeah, so I'm trying to figure out if this is enough for titanium, or do I have to move MDR? I did shift it a little bit. I shifted it a little bit further away, unfortunately. But the reason for that is because, like, that spot, I now have iron too. So I'm taking a little bit of a hit on the rare earths, but I'm getting iron back. And I think that's really important to get iron back. And I could maybe even move a little bit. Ooh, if I move just a little bit to the right. I'm gonna move just a little bit to the right. Just a hair to the right there. I think that'll do it. It's so precise. Yeah, just a little bit less. So like pretty much right where you are. Hold on. Stop where you are. Start extraction there. I think that's pretty much right where I need to be. As long as I'm getting iron oxides in there too, right? And then the rest of the trucks are still told to, you know, go back and report to it. So it's around it goes, man. It's crazy. Trucks going all over the place here. You're in science mode. That seems good. I'll let you go. And then you just research this. We need some microprocessors and some steel and stuff for that one. Let's go up and get to that relay station. Okay, let me see titanium. Now that I've got this belt running and it's sending stuff into the system, I'm hoping to see the titanium belt a little bit, yes, a little bit more populated. Good. Because that was really worrying for sure. So all of these need to be doing more work. And I think I might go ahead. How many components do I really have right now? 330. That's not enough components either. So I still need components made, but yeah, this whole process here. Let me get... Okay, we still have a little bit in storage for the titanium. I want to really prioritize those plates. I need the plate. So I'm going to lock this down. We're going to have all the plate, or all the titanium temporarily go into plates. And this one can be probably upgraded. I don't think so. We'll wait on that. But there's definitely more going into the system now, which is nice. All right, good. And then for research, we have actually the large CPU that just finished. So let me just take a look at that. So the large CPUs, they require control units. The real big ones, right? The real expensive ones. So if you're not making your own of those, it gets real pricey to build these. But they take up a little bit more space, right? So basically I'm getting 5 CPU for 1 tile, or I'm getting 30 for 4 tiles. So it's more space efficient. As far as power goes, it's more power efficient as well. We went from 10 to get 5 to 50 to get 30. So it's a little more power efficient as well. So what we'll do, because I am actually maxed out right now, so this is fitting for now. We'll go ahead and take out these. And let's take out these right here. We'll build, let's say 5. Let's build 5 of them. I can afford this, so we'll go ahead and have them tear this down. Of course, without any CPU available, you know, I got to build them now. Otherwise, I can't build anything else. But now that I have that kind of established, extra titanium and stuff is rocking in there. That's important. And I do want to see... The trucks do have stuff on board. Yeah, there's a lot of extra slag, but we're working on that with research to make those a little bit better. So the other research is mining efficiency too. That's already in progress as well. I'm also increasing the mining area and the mining speed. Although I think the mining speed may not be so necessary because it's quite far away. Let me just perhaps instead we wait on that and we go with... I just don't see a reason for this thing anymore. Helps determine mining sites for the mobile bore unit. So does the probes. A territory probe upgrade. Maybe we'll put this underneath there instead. But I do want to get this first. But I'd rather get this like a lot like right away if I can. So kind of when this is done, I want to push this on there anyway. And then as far as like what research is really necessary for this, it looks like a lot of blue. It's very blue heavy. MDR2 upgrade. And the mining area here is also very blue heavy. A lot of these things are very blue heavy. It's in the fundamental tree, so that makes sense. So let's take a look at the market really quick here. I do have quite a bit of money still. Go to CRUST Solutions, and why don't we go ahead and take all of these. We'll just really hit that blue science hard, and maybe we'll get some help on green too, because we're going to need some of that too. So we'll get a lot more blue science now. Yeah, just really hit that as hard as we can to get MDRs as upgraded as possible. And then as these go away, we're going to want to replace them with CPU data centers. So we can go and replace one here. And I want them lined up a little bit better. Yeah, so I'm going to kind of try to keep them lined up as best as I can here. So 1, 2, 3. Yep, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are all even. This one's a little less so because there's an extra row here. So I need to delete these two to get this to be even with it and flush with it. So we'll work on that. Let's get them to build these. Yep, of course. Break those ones down. And we'll just start replacing the old ones with the new ones as we work our way back. Like that, and like that. Although maybe I don't put one here because it's kind of, I want to leave it open with water, with ice. Speaking of which, we seem to be good. It's not full. It's not full. Oxygen's not full. Looks like we have a deficit as well. Consumption. That is peculiar. Gets filled. I mean, it does say that. I don't think it's here. This is fine, right? You're complaining about food when it's readily available right in the kitchen. Just go get some, please. There's 16 food right there. I am noticing my food number is dropping, though, so that's got me concerned, too. Why don't we get some upgrades on this stuff we can do? This is the food they... Yeah, like they're eating this stuff, so let's get this stuff upgraded. We'll just spend the money to make these things produce a little bit faster. Yeah, 20% growth rate on all of these things I think will help our food situation a little bit. Of course, they have to actually make it, but yeah, I might need another kitchen. That might be a thing. I could put that kitchen right here. It would fit here. A science facility won't fit here. So, I mean, if I was going to put a kitchen, this would fit, right? Oh, I don't have the CPU, but it would fit here, though. It looks weird. Certainly looks weird. But I can just slap it right here and everything would be made. So, I might do that. We will see. And then a lot of these need to be upgraded, too, just to, you know, get the organics going through here for carbon fiber. Carbon fiber then needs to feed into this, and so we can make proper supplies of nanotubes. And I think probably what we want to do is change the priority on the carbon fiber belt to... I can't, because then I can't make the nanotubes. I don't necessarily need the nanotubes. I will need carbon fiber, a lot of it. 134 nanotubes. I'm going to need a lot more carbon fiber, so I think maybe we pause on this. Don't necessarily need the second machine even right now, but you know what? Here, let's just leave as a high priority. It should feed, I think it was like 2 to 1, right? 2 this way, then 1 that way kind of thing. Let's see how that goes. And then with our control units, that goes into our CPUs right over here. So let's make sure that they have these maxed out in their priorities now to build too. Everything should be working here. We don't have a local source of carbon fiber to build with, but they can go up top, get it, and bring it back down. It's okay. Yeah, this is working pretty well. It's not... Oh, hang on. Maybe it is hanging up. Is it hanging up? Oh, it's hanging up a little bit, isn't it? Ugh. It's not this, right? It's not that. It's definitely this belt. This belt needs upgraded, unfortunately. So, all right, we'll do it. Let's get that stuff to really feed out. I need it as fast as possible. I know I'm not going to fully saturate a tier 2 belt, but I am having some stoppages on the tier 1, so we're kind of in the in-between here. But it'll allow this to flow, and then this one will definitely be full, and then this one will... Yeah, that's good. All right. More titanium. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, it's here. The titanium is getting made into plate now. Come on. There we go. And then we have it prioritized towards the modular frames. And it looks like we are kind of full. We're making them at max speed currently. I could add another one, but I'd rather upgrade the existing ones. I think a little bit more. Yeah, how many modular frames we have right now? We're gonna need thousands of them. It's just nuts what's needed later. I have 482. I think I need like 5,000 modular frames or something for the laser, so we need to keep going on that. But I got time. I just need to make sure that it's constantly running. That's where we go with it. I just spent a lot of money recently. There's the big data centers. There they are. Cool. And then we're already over capacity. So that swap right there, it occupies the same amount of space, but it's less energy total. And it's, I think actually it's more energy total. Yeah. It's 50 energy instead of 40 in the same space. But you're getting more, we're getting more CPU for it. We have CPU power to spare now, so that's good. So let's grab maybe these ones right here. We'll swap these ones out too. And then we'll replace those with the bigger data centers as well. And then there's just a whole bunch of storages and stuff. All this stuff needs to be picked up. I'm wondering, did I allow them to bring it in here? I don't think any of these are allowed, right? So I probably should just turn these on. All of them. Just to let them bring anything that's laying on the ground, you can bring it in here. Yeah. It's not great, but I think it's an okay idea. Just make sure that the input one is the one that's active on that. So we don't want this one. We need this one. Yeah. We can have, let's say, this one. You can bring iron up here if you want to. We can bring concrete here if you want to, etc., etc. We'll just turn all those on so that if there's anything on the ground, they'll at least bring it up here. Yeah. And then I just need to deliver the plate now. So, and there's none up here. There's 24 up here. There's not enough. We need 700 titanium plate here. So, yeah, all hands on deck for the titanium plate as we go. It looks like maybe I could afford to upgrade this one to be a little bit faster. This one, I think we're fine. Yeah. So 700 plate is what we're going to do now for that. And so to get that going, the laser gun, set up the expedition. We've already delivered the other 2 resources, so now it's just the plate. We'll take Aurora, tell you to fill up, and we'll send that. And then with our 677,000, perhaps it's worth it to just buy them. Let's see. So they're not that expensive. If I buy 150 of them, it's 52 grand. If I buy 450 of them, I mean, I can afford that. That saves me a lot of time, and it hits this huge. It's a big chunk. So I'm gonna buy those because I think it's a massive chunk, and we can pay for it with contracts for fuel. This fuel contract pays for that whole load. Yeah, and that's worth it too. So we'll go ahead and have this ordered as well. 1. I can get away with this one. No, it's fine. 2. There, that's 2. Drop it down. And yeah, we just open this up. Let it flow. There we go. So that fuel contract pays for all those plate, and then that takes care of more than half of the plate that I have to deliver for this stage. The rest of the titanium plate, we'll just make it. That'll be all right. Let's go ahead and close that. I think we're good now. Yeah, easily. And then we also have more fuel even still, so I think we have nanotubes as well to sell, right? Yeah, 142 of them. I'm not sure what the laser needs in the future, but 15,000 slag right now too in storage. Most people who play this game for a while, you know what I'm talking about. It's hard to get rid of all the slag sometimes. If you're making a lot, it's hard to get rid of it, and that's why I had so much concrete production, because I want to get rid of the slag as fast as possible. This is sort of my indicator. Is this filling up? You know, if this isn't filling up, if I look at these, right, I don't have any slag buildup. Not really. I guess there is some here. Yeah. In fact, I guess because the later ones down the line are the ones filling up, right? It just means that the belts aren't fast enough. So this needs to be upgraded. These belts need to be faster. And then that will allow this to flow a little bit more freely, I guess, through there. And it needs to be even faster, doesn't it? I think it does. Even faster slag belts. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh good. That's wonderful. Isn't that wonderful? Even faster slag coming out of there. Oh boy. Let's upgrade these too, because we can. But either way, like this whole area here is meant to create even more concrete if we can. If we can produce even more concrete, it's just the silicon, you're going to run out of that too, and you need that. So, you know, eventually you just have so much slag that you can't process it all. So what do you do with it? And that's where, you know, there are contracts that will let you sell slag, a huge quantity of slag. You know, 10,000 slag goes for this guy. You know, 11,000 slag for this one, right? And so you can do that. 41,000 slag in this one, you know. But you got to make sure that they don't have deadlines. Because if you have penalty deadlines, you're going to get screwed. Kinda. Because, like, it takes an enormous amount of time to load this. 11,000 units of slag. I don't know what, that's like, what, 20 trucks, maybe? And this is a location on the moon. Thankfully, it's very close, okay? So that's probably doable. We can send a whole bunch of slag to that location, you know? But, yeah, as you play the game more and more, you're going to have to think about that in the back of your head as you're getting bigger and bigger is, hey, do I have a plan for the slag when it gets out of hand? You got to get a plan. You don't have to do it right away, but you're going to need it eventually. So let's go ahead and get more data centers here. 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll just make sure that we expand that. And we'll have that be for now. That's our expansion with the data centers for now. Hold off on that, or on more of it for now. And then, you know, it's just a thing that we'll do periodically. We'll just add a little bit here, add a little bit there, etc. So we have a very early day, very early in the day, and we're up to 37% already. So we're great on solar power. I think we're probably great on batteries too, but just to be on the safe side, well, once I get CPU, I'll go ahead and place these 3 batteries too. Okay. Well, guys, I think this video is good enough for now, for today. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you guys. I really do. These plates are going to go here. We're going to load them into here, and then we'll make the rest of them. And then I'm not going to deviate or anything. I'm not going to say, hey, plates go exclusively to the truck. I'm not going to do that, because the next stage, or the stage after that, I forget, one of these stages is going to need an enormous amount of modular frames. And so I'm just going to keep them running, and we'll deliver the plate in due time. Okay. If I feel like it's getting too cramped, I'll buy the plate again, because I have money and I have resources I can sell, including lots and lots of steel, which I probably should start selling anyway, because this one's almost full. So I have 10,000 steel that I can sell as well. Okay. Take it easy. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.